Welcome back to another episode of Knowbspodcast, man. If you're new to the channel, don't forget the like button, the subscribe button, any button that makes it go ding to let you know that we are playing and dropping that day. And if you're new to the channel, you just heard what I said. If you ain't new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. Also, if you want to hear the podcast, you can listen to all major platforms: iHeart, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, any major podcast network. We are on. Make sure you download it. Make sure you share it. Make sure we're showing the love. We really appreciate you. Today, man, we're going to sit here and talk to my man TK. Now, I was on TK podcast, The Fire Never Died. And we had some great conversations. And today, ain't nothing like just chopping it up with another fellow podcaster and just going through what we go through as creative, man. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah. Let's tell the people about it.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. Well, you know better than I, but it's been a journey for me so far.
Yeah.
Like having me on too.
Like, what's the hardest part you find about trying to turn this into a full-time thing?
The hardest part about turning to a full-time joint. It's a few parts. So for me personally, I probably have to say just not that comparison thing, trying not to get caught up in that wave.
Right.
Because like you're always looking for how you want to make your stuff better. You're always looking for other ways to do stuff. So naturally you end up looking at other people's stuff.
And then you start finding yourself having them same type of conversations. Then you're like, dang, why they ain't got this and what they got, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Because I know
That's how I go.
I get caught up into them situations where I be like, I know I can keep on improving. I can keep on improving what I need to do. Then I start looking at fellow podcasters in the industry or people that does radio, and I'm like, dang, I need to make a better set. Mm-hmm. Dang, I need to do this. And then you look at somebody like $1 million worth of game, they just pull up on the street and just drop the stuff and go. And I'm like, maybe I'm in my own head too much. You know what I'm saying?
That constant, I don't even know what to call it, but that constant want or that feel like we need to improve, like just constantly wanting to be better. I've dealt with that like with creating, with sports, not so much in school.
Right.
That didn't really click like that in school. If it did.
Ain't nobody competing in the English class.
Yeah, okay, so.
I wasn't.
English was like one of them ones where I'm like, who want it?
Right.
It was one of the ones where I'm gonna see what I can do. Like, but as far as everything else, not so. History, math, it give me a headache on this side. So
right.
Man, definitely like the comparison. Just what you were saying, staying on task, like just fighting distractions, period. Because life is going to life.
Yeah.
Life is going to life. You got to be able to roll with the punches that come with it, being able to deal with family things, relationships, if you're dating or not dating. Like, it's so much that go into it. And it, like, you mentally drain yourself from doing that. Like, from comparing, just overthinking, being too much into your own head. You definitely will find yourself mentally drained, like not wanting to do anything.
Or to a point you don't even get started.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You get started, then you start feeling, it's almost like you go to the gym or something, you work out for about a month, somebody say, oh, you losing weight, and all of a sudden you stop. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like, oh, I didn't achieve something, somebody said something, instead of keep on going and keep on doing. And I sometimes feel like I struggle with that sometimes. It's like, yeah, I'm moving, I'm dropping. And then, like you said, life start lifing. Kids starting to do this, starting to hit the road, starting to travel. Now you're trying to find time to edit this, because when you're on one-man show, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to realize the people you're looking at, they have teams already built, and they've been in the game long enough to build a team, versus when you just really by yourself, maybe one or two of y'all, and you're comparing yourself to a machine, and you're like, damn, why I can't keep up? Why they dropping every 5 minutes? I'm only dropping once a day. Every time I look up, for these fellow podcasters that's in the game.
Every time I get on my Instagram, I see them. I need to see me.
I'm scrolling. Damn, social proof. Earn your leisure. B. Simone and them. 85. I'm like, God, dog, am I not? My 3 is not. They done dropped 20 to my 3.
I am nobody. Like I'm nobody.
Right.
You just gotta stick with it, man. Just like having a goal. Well, I really don't have like a particular like finish line goal or anything. I'm really just looking to see. Well, now I'm looking to see it grow. Like that's all I want to see. If I get 1 subscriber in a week, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be happy. I'll be like, ooh, that number went from 120 to 121.
So you celebrate the small wins.
You got to.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, I think it kind of breaks up that whole, that's another thing that might stop people as well. When you putting up the shots, and you might be making them, but it's just the same thing. Like you start to feel like it's just so mundane almost, like it's just repetitive and redundant. Like you need to celebrate the little stuff in between, so you're not looking like, okay, by the time I do these 10, I need to have this. And if you don't have that, you still celebrate what you got. Don't bum out. Don't.
We know that's your goal.
Don't bum out. Like we know where the goal at. It might not happen when you want to. We moving on the universe this time. We don't know who running the show out here, okay? You got to control what you can control. I promise you. I just told you, bro, I just came off a good month of doing nothing at all.
Why?
I got caught up in comparison. I felt like I needed a break too. Like coming into 2023, I had one of those like numerical goals, like I need to have this, and this done, and I didn't. And I knew it was on me, like just knowing that, okay, it's only me doing this. I gotta be able to, it's hard, it is definitely hard to keep up. But if you work in like bite-sized pieces, it helps. Like do a little here, an hour here, 30 minutes there. I was definitely like thinking like, oh, I should be here. Like just getting caught up in like mostly all the wrong stuff instead of worrying about what is actually happening. Like
right.
I'm actually growing a YouTube, and it's still, even though I'm very new to it, YouTube and growing one as being a full-time content creator is actually still very new. And it's almost like I'm taking on a new identity. So figuring that part out is going from being a DJ, from being DJ K-Shine, I'm in the clubs, I'm on the radio, I'm hanging out with these DJs, this artist. I feel like I'm living my dream to, I don't even want to do this anymore. Like literally, like I don't want to do this. I don't want to DJ anymore. Like, so it was like, well, what else can I do? Podcasting. I'm gonna try podcast. It's still all kind of new. And then like started podcasting. What else I'm gonna do? YouTube coincide right into that. So really just figuring out who I am in the space and how I want to be seen as well. So yeah. So
when you do it, are you looking at niching down? Like most people be like, oh, you got to find your niche. Or are you like, you know what? I just love conversating with different people because I have a lot in me. And I know you being former military. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing too. Like I see a lot of people say you might want to find your niche. Oh, find your niche. But then I look at the people that's saying that, and it be the people that never really been outside of the area they lived in. Mm-hmm. Me, and to you, I'm a military brat. Mm-hmm. All my life, I lived in different places, so it was new things to me. Yeah. And I adapted to new things, and I saw new things. So when people be like, ooh, niche down, like, I can't, because when I lived in here, baseball was the main thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to worry about football or basketball. When I moved here, baseball was irrelevant. It was all about basketball. When I moved here, it was all about this. So I ended up picking up all these different things. Mm-hmm. And I done talked to so many different cultures. Being, on the base, you talk to everybody. So now it's like, how can I niche down when my whole life ain't never been a niche?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how hard is that for you though? Like,
it's extremely tough. It's extremely tough. One, where we're at, like we're in Macon, so I'm a black male, as you can see. Ain't too many black soccer players in this area. Like, I grew up playing soccer, so that's a different experience. Going to the military, you experience different things in that. Growing up in high school, you experience different things there. Now here I am, I'm 30. It's like all these experiences, it leads me to believe that it's harder for me to niche down. So when it comes to niching down, I can probably say, like, if it fits your game plan, if it fits in your playbook,
right.
Definitely run that play and see how many touchdowns you can score with it. For me, like, when I think about niching down, I think about the people that are strictly like, I know I want to create content for dads that are at-home dads. If that's an experience you have, you can do that. You can do that even if you're like learning about it yourself. Like, then you can still do that. That's something that you may feel work for you, and you might grow expeditiously. Like, you might have a great run with that. Me, like with photography, I personally don't like shooting people. Like, we're in a studio where photography is shot. I don't want to do backgrounds and headshots and stand like this and put your arm here, a little bit more here. Hold on, let me.
The opposite of what I like to do.
People ask me, hey, can you take this picture for me? And the first thing I'm thinking, is there a vehicle involved? I like car photography. I used to make the joke of, cars don't talk back. But I really just enjoy shooting car photography. I don't know if it's because I don't have to deal with another person, even though sometimes there are people around, so they want to see certain shots. I remember one time I was shooting when I first got into it, this guy owned a Porsche. I cannot remember what it was. I think it was a Cayman. Dude, he should have had the camera.
Right.
He was telling me, try it right here. Now try it. Like, he was telling me like different angles. He was like, you can get all the lines in the car. I'm like, dude, are you like a magazine? He was like, nope, I just own the car.
He know what he liked.
But he know what he liked.
He know what he liked.
Like that's actually probably something else that we could put on top of, like, when it comes to niching down. If you know what you like, that's the niche.
That's your niche.
It creates it right there. I like experiencing different things and different cultures, different activities. Like, one day I might want to go kick field goals or go to the gun range or go shoot archery or throw axes.
Right.
Like, all of those things are exciting to me. So it's like, I can create content off of all of this. I can talk to instructors who teach these things. I can talk to people who've done it, say they hate it. I can talk to people who've done it, say they love it. So I like to keep my options open when it comes to the guests I like have on the podcast. But as far as like the style of maybe photography or video I do, like a music video, no.
No, I never shoot a music video.
No.
I never.
I've done a few recap videos of like certain artist events. Those are hard enough. And even though like the story tells itself, like you just put the moments in place as you want to show everybody. Man, a music video, bro.
Local artist budgets never add up to me.
That's one part of it too. Like,
that's why I never.
The budgets have to add up. Like, cause that time, like I don't think that might be another reason why I pulled out too. Like, the revenue isn't life-changing. So like, it's not, I'm not gonna say that's why I pulled out, but it is discouraging when you know, like, when you feel, not even when you know, but when you feel or you believe like you have a talent.
Right.
And you're really like, you're giving your all. Like, I already know my problem is I ain't asked for no money. Like, I just haven't asked. Like how you said you hit up road. Like I'm like, you can do that. I'm the friend. I was like, hey, you can do that. Can I text him? Like trying to figure it out. Like that's really all it is. But I'm also more focused on building the catalog, the brand, the channel, the content that's really bringing real value to whoever I might end up doing business with.
Right.
So yeah, that's when you it's a battle. It's like I really love this, but dang, I want to get paid for it. So it's like, because I just saw one interview Nikki and Moose did. They should you monetize your passion? And it's like,
yeah,
dang, yeah, I think you should. But then again, it's also like it's always the early moments. Like I know in like a year or two, I'll probably be like, dang, that's what I was tripping about. And it's like, if you have the patience for it,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And my thing is, there's other ways of doing it as well. Like mine, I could do ads, you know what I'm saying, like on the websites, articles, full pages, selling merch. It all depends on how I want to bring revenue in. Right. Now, podcasting alone, you got to build that.
Yeah.
So you can start getting booked and hosting and jumping on other, get paid to do it. So I know that's a process. You got to build that. But in the meantime, while I'm building that, I got everything else on this website.
Yeah. Come check me out. Yeah.
And I know I can't say I didn't niche down because my podcast is really just about business. Your business, my business, how you grow business, what business is happening, how does it happen, how it start, where can you go from here, what can people learn from it. So I'm kind of niche down. I don't like to say it in my head, like out loud, but I know what it is. But the hardest part, like you said, is turning your passion into revenue. And that comes with like really being consistent. You know what I'm saying? You have them days where you be like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm burnt out. I'm tired. You start finding ways to procrastinate. You look at the computer. You look at this anime or this show over here on TV. You look at the computer. Like, yeah, you know what? Turn that on. Don't even cut the computer on. And then you find yourself a whole week down. And you're like, dang, I never got to that. Well, I could have got to it. And sometimes you just got to force yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to force yourself. It's almost like starting over trying to get back into the gym.
Man.
Like, that 1 week, okay, I'm going to go at 6. All right, fuck it, I'm going to make it at 7. All right, I'm going to go at 8. And next thing you know, it's a whole day later, you know what I'm saying? Versus just, you know what, just let me suffer through this and just get up. And sometimes I find myself fighting them battles like, I know I just need to just do it. I'm yarning. I'm forcing myself to feel tired when I'm not even tired. You have to wake up to, I'm just fatigued for no reason. And really, it's just you fighting yourself. But once I get going into it, I'm like, all right, okay, I'm in it now. Boom, boom, boom. But the consistency part, I think is the hardest part of it all. You know what I'm saying? Just finding the right conversation, finding the right people to talk to or be on the podcast, like both of ours. Making sure that it fits your authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Making sure it's genuine and not just forced. Because some people just get on the show and you be like, why did I even? Why? Like, do I even want to put this episode out? And just keep pushing it to the back burner and dropping everybody else stuff in between. That's a struggle, man.
It's so much that go into it. Because I was just thinking like, dang, like some people really do get up there on that camera and it's like, they don't even realize who they are or what they even there for. Like, and sometimes even when you know what you're doing up there, once it's over with, you kind of like, I'm an imposter. Like you find that imposter syndrome that thing hits, and it's like, okay, I mean, what do I need to do to figure out whatever? But the best advice I think of is just like have a goal. And just make content that you actually enjoy making. Like, even if you don't post it, just make it.
Just make it. And just put it out there. Did you have trouble in the beginning putting yourself on camera? Like just jumping in front of it, like I'm a podcast and just start talking?
It was,
because I find like a lot of people in my industry, in photography, videography, when I do like, I go on the road and I'm dealing with a lot of beauty professionals and hair professionals, stylists, and they're good. But the moment you hit that record button, it's like a whole shock to the system. Boom, and they like how hard was it for you, like when you first got in front of the camera to say you was gonna start talking to people?
I had to find comfort in like being on camera. I did have to find that comfort. But the thing I had on my side, I've always been the person with the type of personality to be in front of the camera.
Right.
But mentally and how I actually would be is I would be the one behind the camera. So like even right now, like I really haven't been nervous or anything. Like I'm just flowing. Like I'm like, yeah, I should do this more often. I need more lights on me. I'm about to start doing solo episodes and stuff now, man. Look.
Hey, you know what though? That's my new thing. That's one of my next things too. Like when you're looking for the right guest, I'm like in between. I still gotta get some shit done. Mm-hmm. How can I hold? Can I hold a whole 30 to 45 minutes solo by myself?
Man, I'm about to be putting up 5, 10, 15, and them 30s. I'm gonna be breaking them down. 5, 10, like everything would probably be, it'd be rare I put up like for the shorts, but I'll probably be putting up like a couple of 2-3 minute joints.
Right.
Absolutely. Just really just getting thoughts off, just working on the ability to communicate is how I look at it for real. Like I've been studying like Jim Rohn and how he says this, like how human beings work when it comes to communication. Charlotte, I'm looking at all of the other talk show hosts and how they operate when they have their segments by themselves, when they have their guests on, Larry King, David Letterman, Oprah. I'm
so you into it?
I'm getting back. Like that's what I had to do during that time off, because it's like I was struggling to find that space of like what am I really doing? Because the brand TFND, The Fire Never Dies, it really started. It started off of my friend. He posted something and it said The Fire Never Dies. I was like, I never seen that before. I really like that. But it literally stuck with me. Anytime
you don't feel like you owe him nothing for that, do it?
He know. I tell him all the time, bro, I owe you everything for that. But it's like,
I just know it when I used to be in the music game.
Man, people snatching ideas left and right.
That's it?
Yeah. Facts. But yeah, I gotta have him on, man. Shout out to you, Mr. Eli Carter. But it's been a theme of resilience for real, and it grew into having like a passion,
right.
Just pursuing your passions, and once you discover your purpose, pursuing your purpose, like it's grown into that. So I'm really looking to start building the brand and the podcast out around that framework. So I'm excited for that.
So you said something that stuck with me though. Your purpose, right? Mm-hmm. So are you operating in your purpose or are you operating in your gift? It's a good one, eh?
It is, and I want to give a good, healthy answer.
You know what I'm saying? Because, everybody feels like when they operate, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. This is my purpose. This is my purpose. In reality, as you mature, you find out your purpose wasn't your gift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So.
See, I'm still looking for what to title my purpose. Like, I know I help people, but I also believe we're supposed to help people. Like, that's just human nature. We're supposed to help people. But my gift, I know for a fact my gift is I can walk in a room and lighten it. Like, that's just me. If you need a smile, we'll figure out how to get you one on your face. That's just what it is. I might need to start taking acting classes, some improv, or hop on. Like a lot of people tell me I need to do stand up.
Hey, I'm taking a comedy master class.
Yeah. Let me know about that one. I hear about it all the time. Like it's been since I was going to school here. I've been that kind of person. When you ask her, like Tevin Kendall, she gonna remember that name. Just ask her, she gonna be like, yeah, that's a little boy got some personality right there. But that's always been me. A clear communicator. I like to consider myself. It helps. It helps. Like I need clear communication.
Right.
So it's kind of like my gift is really just being the best me that I can be, that I believe right now. Like so it's so many parts that go to that. So I do have a genuine love for people. Like I'm really big on mindset, mental health, black men, black families, all of that. It's when you think of it, like I'm stuck on, like I'm really asking myself, dang, what is your purpose? And maybe I haven't gone far enough down the
rabbit hole to figure it out.
I haven't gone far enough to actually figure it out. But I know it's there. I know it's there, and I'm just.
The reason why I said, are you operating your purpose or your gift? Because I'm quite sure when you was DJing and you was living it up, in your mind, you probably thought at first that's something you're going to probably do forever.
Here we go. 2 parts. I think it changes over time. Once we've experienced something, it's almost like I think, and it might change, and it might be a revolving door, maybe. I don't know. Maybe just flow with me.
I'm with you.
So, say when we eat, right?
Right.
We might eat a little bit of something on, like I'm talking about like cookout, Thanksgiving meal, like with the plates full. We know it's buffet style. I might eat all the macaroni and cheese. Say the macaroni and cheese is DJ. I might eat all the macaroni and cheese I can. But now I just can't take no more. I want to try the vegan macaroni and cheese. Something similar, you know, something
a little healthier.
Yeah. So it might be some of that. I know, second part, when I was DJing, I will say that I did feel like my gift was the ability to juggle songs and create a mood that made people feel good. And I would say that my purpose was definitely, I really would be up there thinking like, I'm meant for this. Like, I'm telling oh yeah, I'm the man. Like, I felt, DJing was really spiritual. I could feel the room.
Right.
So I would say like my purpose at that time for those four and a half years out in Oklahoma I was DJing, I would say my purpose was really to help people forget about their problems. I didn't have no fights when I DJ'd. And I used to play some thugged out stuff, but I used to bring it on back. Just, I didn't have no, like when I DJ'd, that was my biggest thing, because growing up, like, I used to be in a rap group called the, what was the name?
Not the rap group.
I was in a rap group. It was four of us. The Fly Life Varsity Club. And
that was the name of the rap group?
Fly Life Varsity Club. If you can only imagine, you can imagine the count, bro. It was like you got 4 people, and we trying to come up with one name. Bro.
It reminded me of, you remember the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire? Mm-hmm. When he first started getting his powers, he went to wrestling. They was like, call me this. Now we're just going to call your ass Spider-Man.
I remember that. I do remember that. But yeah, the Fly Life Varsity Club. So I'm like fresh out of high school. Matter of fact, we were still in high school before we even got the name, because we was called The Crew, like D-A Crew. Man, that's a long story. But anyway, going to the clubs, you always see, at some point, one song will come on with this Nuck If You Buck, Set It Off, Throw It Up. all of them is gonna get somebody punched in the jaw. Just off rip. By the second verse, it's
you don't
on
give
and
a
popping.
damn.
Look, and you always see it like, you always see
already
it.
see the three people too.
It's like these jokers, they go to the middle of the dance floor, you got that crowd. Then you got a little bit on the outside, and then it's like this gap. All the people that just want to see what's gonna happen. But the DJ see all of that. Like, as a DJ, you see all of that. So
everybody in the middle start to pushing. They get to pushing.
Whoever
can survive the push,
man, what
that's where the fight gets.
If I stand, let me stand next to, what you said? Bow. Man, but yeah, as a DJ, you see that, and it's like, that, that don't push anything forward, because you already know what happens when it spill outside. Most of the time, security is cool with somebody involved, so they might let somebody back in unchecked. Stuff like that happens, and when I was a DJ, I feel like the DJ is really the one who run the club. Like, yeah, you got the promoters or whatever, but if the DJ hit pause and just stand there and look at everybody, what y'all
ain't
gonna
nothing
do?
happening, yeah.
What y'all
it's
gonna
be
do?
a good standstill.
My whole thing was I just want people to come in, have a good time, and I want them to think about me when they leave. When I DJ, I used to not talk on the mic. I used to be an MC for the guy that was teaching me how to DJ while he would DJ.
Right.
I would MC and like talk around. Like, I would literally talk on like have an actual conversation while he DJing, and it was so much fun. But I wanted to be remembered as like, that's the guy that made me feel good. Like, was it Maya Angelou who said that they'll forget what you did to them, what you said to them, or however it goes.
I'm trying to remember.
All I know is she said that people remember how you make them feel.
Right.
And through music, you can make people feel music more than they feel almost anything. Like, music might have been the first language on this earth. Well, we don't know. But I know
we ain't know how to speak, so we had to do sounds, something.
I had to get the communication across some kind of way. So it's kind of like, I think about it like, man, you might have me come out of retirement, man. Now I'm sitting up here talking about DJing, because I want to play in different genres too, like EDM. That's how I learned how to DJ, was through EDM. But hip hop brought it home.
But think about what you said though. See, all that was purpose, right? And all that led you to your gift of motivating and healing people. And that's probably one of the reasons why you're on podcasts, because you're talking to people that are needing to let whatever they have out go and speak about things that they need to speak on and get things off their chest. You're allowing them to heal through your podcast. You see what I'm saying? So all that molded you into what you're doing now, which is operating your gift. Like you said, I always want to see people happy, heal, and that's what you're doing with your podcast. Versus me, I'm just talking business. We're growing. We talking about finances and stuff like that.
That helps too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's basically the premise of the Social Proof podcast. And I found that one through Wall Street Trapper, but through Daryl's conversations, like at where I was in my life, because I wasn't even podcasting. I had started it like in 2019, done a little bit 2020, and then it was like 2021. I got to figure something out. Am I going to do it or not? And that was around the time I found Social Proof, and I was like, okay, this is how it's being done, whatever. But the conversations that they were having were more than just regular entrepreneurship. Well, it was more than just business. It was full-on entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship really is like, it involves everything of what we're talking about right now. Like, and I was really attracted to that, and I was like, that was the purpose of my joint anyway. But like how I said, like, we see other people do it in a different fashion. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna try it like that. Start doing these interviews, see how I get with talking to people, and it's like, and it just fits, because all my life I've been able to have just free flowing conversation with people. All my exes say the same thing.
Not all my exes.
I was gonna say my ex, but I don't want nobody to feel special. So all of them.
Like, I knew he loved me. He still loved me.
You never meet a stranger. I hear that all the time. Like, you never meet a stranger. Like, and I really be interested in knowing about like people. Like, if I hear somebody that talks with an accent, Like one of them old guys might be working in a deli.
Right.
Like, yeah, let me get the turkey slices. You want 2 or 3 pounds? Where you from?
Right.
Where you from? I want to know. I really want to know. Like growing up playing soccer, there's always a foreign exchange student, or there's always a kid from another country that just happens to be in the area. How you say this in that language? How you say all the bad words?
Right.
All right, now teach me how to say, hey, how you doing? That, like, those were the real conversations. So, and I would literally befriend them. Like, I remember one guy, he was from Brazil. He was like he was, I won't say he was like a premier guy, but he was a beach soccer player. But he was really well known in Brazil for doing that. And he was like, we really had a good friendship. It's just, I think about it, even in the army, like relationships is almost everything.
Right.
Like when I think about just all the experience I've had through life, relationships and the ability to communicate has really helped those relationships, which has in turn helped me.
That's how you grow. They call it building character. Because you build character. Yeah. I'm saying,
Yeah, it's very important.
my wife tell me that all the time. I never met a stranger. Like I'm the same way, but it's not even like it could be anything. We could be at the stoplight and I'm talking to you. Hey, Roy, where that? I was like, I got something to ask you. What you listening to? Shit like that. And then every time we go places, we pull up. And I'll be talking to the people there, and she'd be like, how do you know? And I was like, oh, wow. I seen such and such a couple of weeks ago, he was da-da-da-da, and he was going through this and going on. And she'd be like, why are you talking to these people? Like, why?
And that's just a reflection of who you are as a person. Like when you well diverse like that, like I just started trying to introduce my kid, well, not even trying, I've introduced my kids into Spanish. I don't even know a lick of Spanish. So, hola, mi amor, sí, and all of that. So, and I tell them, like, the more languages you can speak, the more people you can talk to. And I'm not just saying, like, the more languages, like Spanish, English, Hangul, Mandarin, whatever. I'm saying that, like, me being a DJ, I can talk to rappers, I can talk to promoters. Me being a podcaster, I can talk to anybody. Me being a dad, I can talk to other dads.
Right.
Me being a black man, I can talk to
anybody.
Right.
You
know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I think about experiences. Like the more experiences, the more, it's almost like a language. So yeah, that's
I think that's how the military helped me in moving around, moving. And you're the new guy every 2 years, 3 years, you're the new guy somewhere, somebody's city. So you got to. There's only 2 things you can do when you're moving into a new city. One, you're either gonna fight somebody off the jump the first week, or you're gonna be a great communicator. Or you're gonna be both.
Yeah.
But moving to new city, 9 times out of 10, the first week is the fight. And the second week is, now we're going to talk, communicate, and then see what you like.
The person you fight end up being the person you
be your best friend. Yeah. Be your best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had plenty of experience.
Yeah.
Because we traveled a lot. And I say with that, it allowed me to understand and formulate my words different, communicate different, to a point like, even when I used to go back home and visit cousins or family members that was never involved in the military like that, lived in South Carolina all their life, that lived in New York all their life. When I go back and communicate, I'm like the new foreigner now. When I'm talking, why you talk like that? Why you say that? I'm like, I thought I was talking Southern slang. Like, this ain't Southern slang. Like, I've been in this area for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Then I come down here, you talk so proper. And I'm like, I don't talk proper. I'm far from proper. I sing proper.
Yeah.
Like, I pronounce my words. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to English.
Man, I got that my whole life. I speak English, bro. I speak English, bro. Like, I don't even know what you want me to tell you.
You leave it to my wife, I don't know English at all. You know what I'm saying? Because she's an English major. So when I be talking, it's not that. That's not correct. It's not correct. But like, well, everybody else thinks it's correct. I'm like, well, I got to be. Why you can't let me ride with that?
I know. Be talking like them uncles that keep that cigarette out. I'm gonna tell you, I'm walking around talking like this all day long. Can you understand me now?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, I do. That's life as a whole. That's what I really do love about life, is getting to. I enjoy others' experiences.
Right.
Like I really enjoy the stories that people have to tell. Whether it's in a movie, spoken word, hieroglyphics, somebody translating. I really do enjoy the stories that people have to tell, even if it's in another language.
Yeah, I think it's more so the art form of it for me. Mm-hmm. Like I love the art form of communicating with different people, because everybody, I look at people as like an open canvas, and then you can't discover what they're really painting, like you say, the story, until you start talking to them. And you start to build the story, you start to build that perfect picture in your mind. And I'm saying like, oh, I'd have never knew that if I'd have never asked that question. Mm-hmm. And now I'm really painting. And I'm like, okay, let's get deeper. And I enjoy that because I didn't know you from scratch. And now I feel like, oh, we got a bond now.
Yeah, we're actually building a relationship.
Yeah. Because I know when I talk to people, especially people that don't know me or people that do know me, they only know parts of me. And then the more they talk, or it'd be like 6 months down the line, I didn't know you do this. I didn't know you do that. Like,
I actually love that when it comes to human interaction, honestly. Because I see it like, it's almost like this. Like, say everybody has a superpower. I really think we all have a superpower.
Right.
That we can really jump as high as this building or run faster than a speeding car.
Or write fast. Well, most people, write better than some, sing better than others. That's your superpower.
Yeah, yes.
Whatever you're good at and what you do, that is your power. And because I know I'm not. I'm not a spelling bee champ. You might be the best speller. That's your superpower. You come to me, say that again. So we can't Google that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that goes spell it wrong in Google.
Yeah.
Hoping they find it right answer.
Let me get this spell checker going. Well, I think we all got superpowers, and the more we actually communicate and build with one another, you get to see more and more of somebody else's superpower. Or you might actually help them unlock a superpower that they didn't even know that they had.
Right.
I remember going to a summer camp. I was in Boy Scouts. I remember going to this summer camp for like a week, and I wanted to shoot on the rifle range. I was like 10 or 11 back then. I wanted to shoot at the rifle range. Of course, all the little boys want to shoot the rifle. We want to shoot the guns. So I'm going to sign up for, and they had it like set up like classes, like you sign up for these classes and then you go to class.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
I've been in them camps.
Yeah. So
I was a Boy Scout.
Instead of like the rifle joint got full like that, because I was signing up for everything else. Then I was going to the rifles because it was the farthest thing out. Lazy. So instead, they was like, hey, why don't you try archery?
Ooh.
Bruh. I fell in love, and I was good at it. It was like I unlocked a whole nother superpower, a whole nother ability that could help my superpower. My ability to be able to shoot a bow and an arrow might help me if the world ever go to whatever, and we might need these. I can communicate how to do this off of the superpower. It just worked in so many different ways to me. I for sure had fun on that archery range though. And I was the only one in the class for the first 2 hours. So first 2 hours of the day, I'm the only one in the class. These jokers would take me through the woods, and they had pop-up targets. So I'm actually getting reflexive.
Oh, so you actually had
practice.
Rifle training, yeah.
We quivering, bow, arrow. I'm talking about it was.
I'd have fucked up and hit somebody on.
It was set up real safe though. Wasn't nobody else back there, but
I'm this guy, huh?
They had them up in trees, all different types of they had turkey targets, a little animal looking thing over here. It was extremely dope. So I know once I really get some time, I'm picking that back up eventually for sure.
I do know I do want to pick back up paintball.
Oh man, that's so much fun.
Man, I used to play what's it called, speedball with the bags, 5 men, capture the flag. Not in the woods where they had scenario games. I was actually, when I was in good shape, but I used to play Backman. And you know they had the snake, the boards. It's all about switch.
I missed that. We went a couple of times. Like you take soldiers out there to shoot paintball. It becomes basically like a training exercise. It's no longer just paintball for fun. This is like, all right, we gonna line up down here. Your LOA is here. I need you. Man, listen, we pushing. It was so much fun. It was like you shoot somebody in the face with a paintball.
Oh, y'all ain't had a mask on?
No, we had a mask.
Oh.
But when it go through that mask,
the little hole,
still get in their mouth.
Hey, that little nasty paint.
You know you doing something. When you pop and you see somebody take that mask off and they spitting orange, pink, red, yellow, blue.
Now I had to put extra filters on mine because that happened to me one time. It hit the side and like a little bit just spurtled at
It's so man, I'll never forget. I hit one dude. He was down too. I was getting hit too. But I had to get them shots off, and one of them just happened to squeeze up in there. The reaction was perfect. That's one moment you can never take that moment back.
I know. We used to do tournaments, and I don't know, back in the day, we did one. I did one. It was a 6-7 of us. We got sponsored. It was like the only black team in South Carolina, and they were sponsored. They were sending us everywhere. And we played against all these Caucasians that lived this game. We just started.
Right, they do.
You know what I'm saying? They lived it. You know what I'm saying? And I just so happened to have my brothers and some friends that was all fast. So we was winning because they was fast. And there's usually 2 back men, 2 up front, 2 on the side. And them jokers say go, and it was like football. And they heard me get right to the middle for everybody else. Then we just laid them out, or I just run. But man, I learned we went against a team. We went down to Atlanta. They sponsored go to Atlanta, and it's the first time I found out like the guns we was buying for ourselves when they had like Russian Legion on them or Dynasty on their team. Like I thought these were the name of the companies, but when we got down to Orlando and we had to go against Russian Legion, I was like, Russian Legion, that's the gun you use, ain't it? I was like, oh, these are real teams. Like, oh man, when I tell you. The match usually lasts no longer than 2 minutes. If you're getting it, it's 2 minutes. If you got a good team, if you're a good team, it's like a minute. Man, I'm joking. Said go. This when I realized what a real paintball team was. Man, Russian Legion came out and wiped us out like in the first 15 seconds. My man, I said. I was like, I didn't even know he could shoot that. Hey, I looked up and see all of us walking to the sideline. I said, what the fuck just happened? Brother's like, yo, I ain't never seen people move this fast. He said, man, I thought the dude was part of the earth the way he was moving, right? So I was like, it's the best out of 5. I'm like, all right, we got to get him this one.
Yeah.
This time we made it to our spots. But the way they worked the whole, them little damn beans, buddy, that dude he had was phenomenal. That joke, he jumping, sliding, he died. He was like he Neo. He seen these damn paintballs.
And what's crazy is sometimes you can see them like that. I remember
from a distance. From a distance. If it's coming from there, I can see it go.
Yeah.
But if we like here, and you right there.
Yeah. That's like being in a boxing ring and when the distance is there, you can tell. But when they right there, you better have your head and feet on the swivel.
I remember one time I was working at this company, Cisco Food Service. And everybody used to be like, dang, Sean, you too big to be moving like that. We're going to come out there and paintball with you. We're going to show you, right? I was like, yeah, come on out there. I'm in the game now. Man, ain't no way. You 6'6", bro. I can see you. I said, I don't think y'all realize how this shit work. When you put the mask on and this shit start flying, you ain't seeing me. You seeing paint flying.
Are you seeing me? You seeing the wrong thing.
Man, there was one dude was like, I bet you $100 I catch you. I said, well, let's put 100 on it. And we went out there. Man, by the time he looked up, I was standing on the back of his neck, and it was like, don't do it. I was like, nah.
You finna get these.
Man, when I tell you I bruised, I ain't hit him in the neck. I was like, it'd be wrong. But I shot up his whole back. You know, the back is open. Yeah. I tried to spell my name in his back. She was red. I like, go get my $100 now. Double the nut. I said, bro, you ain't even see me creep up on you here. What makes you think, all right?
But that's crazy though, like, it just to dispel any myths, it's some big guys that be moving. I don't know if y'all watch the combine, but they showing, year after year, they getting faster.
Old boy from Georgia ran a 4.5? 340 in the lineman? 4.5 or something like that?
Big boy.
I was running 4.8. I ran a 4.8, 4.9 in college. To get to college, because when I was getting recruited and we had to do our test for the scholarship, they said I had to be under 5. Mm-hmm. Boy, I gave it everything I got. Boy, I stripped down to my socks. I was in boxer shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah. Boy, I was running on my toes. Hit that 4.8, it was like, let's do it again. No. Because I can't breathe on this one.
Yeah, man. They, the Special Forces guys, I served with a guy, he was like 6'7", 6'8", big dude, Lee, my boy. Man, we used to do these cone drills in like food, like we'll put on like armor and stuff. We used to do these cone drills, like football cone drill workouts for real, like yards worth of it in boots. I'm watching this big mother. Bruh. How? I used to really be like, what? And he also taught like the combatives course, the Army Martial Arts. Bruh.
Oh, I know he was fucking people up.
Bruh. I used to love hanging out with him, man. Going out with him, you feel safe.
That's security.
You feel safe. Like you go out with a bigger person and you are an average sized person. I'm not even gonna talk about the little people. Dang, I said it. Not even gonna talk about the below average sized people. You feel safe. You really feel safe. It's a different sense of safety around big people. I've always been, I ain't gonna say I've always been the smallest, but I'm usually not the biggest person in my group. Not because I feel like I need y'all safety, because I want people to think, well, by now y'all should know. I roll with them. when we get upset, I ain't backing down. What you think I'm gonna do to you? So it's like, that's what I want to put out into the world. What T.I. said, got the heart over 6'4". Yeah. I think I'm about 6'3" sometimes.
Man, that's just the crew I used to roll with after college. All of us, I was probably the average size in the group. Mm-hmm. And we used to just bounce at a bunch of clubs. Well, it was just a thing just to fight every weekend. We be bouncing, be like, yo, who gonna lay him out the fastest? We going there.
That's why you gotta hang with the big people, man.
We'll be just walking around the club. No, we bouncers. It'd be like 7 of us. And when I say we worked out all day, all night. Like we'll get up, go to work, because we work the night shift. Then we get off of work, we work out. Get up from sleep and go work out again. Then we head to work, and we in the warehouse. So we really doing push-ups. So when we get to the club,
we ready.
All right, let's bet. So first dude that look like he gonna act up, who gonna drop him first?
As the DJ played the wrong song. Soon as the DJ, see how much power the DJ got? Y'all would have came in my spot and y'all would have left happy.
No, we wouldn't.
So, all right. I don't think I even told this story on my own show. So, we in Korea. I'm in Korea. I ain't even been up 3 months yet. And, like, that was, like, the mentality of everybody that went out to the clubs. Like, we fighting. We want to fight. I'll never forget this one dude who was walking by his chick. I'm with 2 homeboys, like, the crazy ones. The ones that be like, you know how like you can just snap your fingers, be like, and
they just
like,
looking for trouble.
What? You snapped your fingers? It must be about to go down. And I'm with 2 of them, bro. I'm like, okay, cool. Not cool, because they seen the chick that he with, he looking like, what y'all looking at? We looking at her. What you want? So he getting like, this dude he got size on him. All of us, I think I'm about a good 5'11", 6 feet on a good day.
Yeah.
Just leave it right there. I'm taller than both of y'all. Y'all got some weight on y'all, but I'm taller than both of y'all. He taller than all three of us. Okay, cool. But yes, it is 3 of us. Man, it went from being 3 of us to like 13, like that. And
y'all ain't see them coming, no.
And it was 3 of us. 10 came with us. They was with on our side. It was just him. So he looking like what's on the Lion King Scar when the hyenas had surrounded him. He was like we the hyenas, and I'm really like, hey, bro, we don't. Come on, bro. We really gonna do this? I'm talking about we in a restaurant, bro. The whole restaurant is probably the size of this room, for real. We tables and chairs start getting thrown. I'm talking about it's getting rowdy, and I'm still like, we not gonna not tonight, bro. Not tonight.
I was about to get home.
I just want to go home, bro. Even though I could have left at any moment, but you know, it's a whole situation, bro. I don't want to leave.
Oh, you can't leave once it get heated,
bro.
You don't want to be the guy to leave because you're the one that's gonna.
If I was gonna leave, I should have left when they said when it was the initial exchange of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And the girl, she was attractive, but she wasn't worth all this. Now,
yeah, bro.
This is what the girl in the Battle of Troy, Athena. Come on now, this ain't that.
Oh, she old girl from what's that? Oh, Twilight.
Man,
everybody fighting over this ugly chick,
bro.
Bella.
It's so crazy. So, dude, he in the corner, but he big, and he like I'm gonna hold my own. We got a couple of guys that look gorilla looking, so if we want to. But somehow it got to the point to where it was just a whole bunch of trash talk back and forth going back. We get on post. He hop in the cab and start talking trash as the cab leaves. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. So I can't remember if it's the next night or the next weekend. I really want to say it was the next weekend, but it probably was the next night. I don't know why I keep saying the next weekend. But so the next night we all go out. Same spot, same routine.
But Buddy ready this time.
Came ready. I'm talking about came ready. And this was one of them nights where everybody was like, hey, we just gonna go back to the bees, bro. We finna go back to the barracks and vibe out. We finna just chill. Bro, a dude walked up on me and was like, hey, don't I know you? I was like, yeah, I saved your ass last week. I saved you. I saved you. He was like, yeah.
Not in his mind.
You one of them. I was like, all right, cool. But it was still a few of us around, bro. He started doing all the, what the woo, and bro, I'm telling you, like high like lions, hyenas, whatever, and high grass. Like you start seeing these dudes just come through the crowd. Like I'm talking about, it was like a Michael Jackson, Billie Jean video, like or Smooth, whichever video. I'm talking about, and we on a platform, like we on like a little stage,
right?
And it's me, and he's standing there, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, these. Yep, I know what time it is. I had just finished the beer. I grabbed the beer bottle. Buddy tried to catch me, and it went up from there. Long story short, it was probably about 6-on-1 for too long. I got a plate right here. It's never going away. One of these is a prosthetic. I had a broke nose. It was bad. It got bad. Well, I ain't gonna say all that. It was some legal paperwork that they said that I was. It was an assassination attempt.
On you?
Yeah.
No, they tried to assassinate you?
Bro, yeah, cause like they came out. It was a planned thing. It was thought out. All black. They had it was
premeditated.
Yeah, it was like this. They put a plan together.
It was premeditated the moment he got in that taxi. He thought about he got that shit together all night.
Yeah, we don't want to get the boys.
Oh, they tried to get me in front of my old girl.
After that, it was kind of like it was a lot of get back. It was bad. It got kind of bad. But yeah, man, here we are doing better things, using our superpowers.
Like 360 degrees
man.
Later.
Yeah.
Now we happy dads.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
All that balance shit out the window.
I really hope that all the parties involved are doing well in life. And
it was all just misunderstanding and miscommunication.
Yeah, man.
I would love to interview y'all on the podcast.
I would love to interview y'all in a boxing ring. And on the podcast. Unless y'all, I mean, yeah, because the one-on-ones,
Get your 3 rounds in.
they got them rounds in. They got them rounds in. When the camera off, I'll tell you about the rest of the story. Yeah, Korea's actually a really good time, man. Got to also see other parts of Southeast Asia, all of that. So Southeast, Southwest. I'm not the best.
Oh, don't ask me.
Listen,
I wasn't the guy in ROTC school that read the map.
Oh my God! So it's a school, right, where you have to do land nav to pass, and you need the school for promotion. Man, this is probably one of the funniest stories I got in my Army career, and only one other person know about it, and it's because they was there. So I'm on this land nav joint. It's in Oklahoma, Oklahoma is like in the summer. It's desert in the summer and frigid and it's just what they call it, thermofrost.
It gets cold as shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we out there and it's I'm headed around this big ass rock. It's just huge rock, and I have to go this way to get to my point. Like, you mark all these points on the map, and you have to go to it and write down the code or whatever to say this is the thing. I got it. Boom, bro.
Longitude.
I done got
44.
I'm on the road. I'm like, okay, point 1. I think it was the second or third one. I almost quit. Bro, when I say I get around the corner of the rock and I start going up a hill, you have a pacer, somebody that basically makes sure you don't pass out and die or whatever if conditions are too bad or you don't trip and hit your head. You have somebody about 50 meters behind you, probably even closer, probably about 50 feet, whichever. Bro, I thought I seen a snake. and you know how wood, when you stain a fence or you stain some kind of wood, it have that
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It looked like a snake.
Right.
It's this big ass log. It's just a log.
But in your mind it was a snake.
I'm walking. And I'm talking about, I'm looking, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to get to the point. Boom, I seen, I was like, I told, it was Sergeant Anderson, I was like, I did not take my eyes off of this log. And I was like, stay right there. I think it's a snake. I'm talking about it. I was so scared, bro. He walked up. He looked at me. Come on, man, let's go. That's all he did, bro. But I swear, I was like, but after that point, bro, I thought it was hilarious. I probably wasted about 15, because it's a timed event.
Yeah, I know.
I wasted about 15 minutes thinking that was a snake, bro.
So, I know I thought I wanted to be an airborne ranger. Mm-hmm. Coming out of high school, I was going to the Citadel, right? Coming out of high school, I was like, all right, so they took us to Fort Jackson. And it was like, well, you're going to spend the money. Mm-hmm. You're going to be a ranger. So we did the rappel tower and all that good stuff. Now it's the 2 weeks in the wood. And it's like part of your ranger training is following these coordinates on the map. Getting here, you got 2 weeks from this point to get here. Mm-hmm. So one, you had to wake up and you had to jog to these points. Mm-hmm. So the second night, I'm laying down and them canvas tents. So picked up these canvas tents. When I say I'm locked in this zip line, I'm locked in this sleeping bag, I'm talking about, nigga, I'm zipped in the inside out. And I got my little tent, and it's raining, so it's raining going under. But when I tell you I thought I was gonna die on this part, I'm sitting here, and I can't move because I done zipped myself in. Mm-hmm. Man, this damn raccoon comes in the tent, and I'm like, all I got is my face. I was like, let me hold my breath. So I'm holding my breath. He walking by. I was like, I know this bitch can win this fight because I can't even move my arm because I'm zipped in the sleeping bag from the inside. I can't even find the shit to zip me back down because I'm panicking. I'm like this, and all you see is my eyes and my nose and my teeth, and I'm like this. And something just said scream. When I screamed, that bitch took off.
Yeah.
My homeboy woke up and said, what's going on? I said, no, fucking raccoon was in my face. So that was one thing. Then we get up. Now we jogging. I'm like, dog, why we just can't walk to these spots? It was like, no, we got to jog. You want to be a ranger?
You ain't going to make it.
Jog. So I'm sitting here like, are we sure we following this? So we followed the trail. So the third day, I'm like, yo, when we going to take a shower? So we ran to to the little wash river. They told me, go ahead and wash up in there.
Yeah.
I was like, what? In the river?
Yeah.
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 Got the soak, got the water. Like, it's cold as shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, and it rained, dog. That was like the worst fucking experience ever. It was great now that I'm older, but at the time, I was like, man, fuck military, fuck ROTC, fuck Citadel, fuck the Rangers. All I want to do is jump out of a helicopter with a rope, bro. I ain't want to do all this running in the woods looking for a destination.
Ain't nobody sign up for all this.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember I was in basic, up until I had like really got accustomed to the way the Army was. It used to just be so much like you'll be walking, whatever, patrolling, and then they'll be like, all right, everybody get down. Like, why, bro? Why we can't keep going? It'd be so much extra that go into it, but like, it's always how you saying now, it's like, okay, yeah, now it's cool. You always understand it afterwards. Like, oh, we had to get down because they're trying to get us ready to be da-da-da.
When you over there and they shooting, you know how to get down quicker. But
I wanted to go airborne. I ain't gonna say I want to do Ranger. Probably wouldn't have done Ranger. Well, I don't know.
it sounded good.
I would have went to, cause I was one of the ones like I could do it like if I really put myself in that space. But it was just, you already know, like you hear all like, what's the hardest part? You look like, and then you looking at the other guys that's coming back. I'm like, hey man, I don't know.
I was with some real troopers, boy. The guys I was with, like it was the best of all the ROTC schools in the state. And this is everybody that was getting scholarships, getting recruited to go to West Point, Citadel, Norfolk, Virginia. It was the best of the best, and we all there. And these dudes look like they belong. Like, you know, you can tell when there's certain
They grow up
people,
that way.
Like, they belong.
They grow up that way.
I was just gifted. I play all sports. So, I mean, I had the size, I had the physique. I was always working out. But I wasn't a gifted cross-country runner like these jokers was. You know what I'm saying? Like, these boys was gifted. When it come to shooting, I could shoot. When it come to doing everything else, I was good. But when it comes to just like, yo, why are we running every day, bro? And why are you just gonna drop me here, say this is our point, and why we gotta find our way back? And you got 2 weeks. I don't want to be out here for 2 weeks. There's quicker ways. You drove here. I'm all about problem solving quicker. You're not gonna tell me. But the best part is when I got to shoot that M50 with the tracer on it. But it was like, oh man, it's got a big kick holding. I was like, man, ain't no kick. These jokers sliding, and they got the tripod and them jokers sliding. I was like, oh y'all, this is where I'm about to stand now. Cause ain't no, but if I can hold a Mossberg with one hand and shoot it, there ain't no way this 50 kicking me. It's damn so wet. So I was hitting all my marks. I was like, oh yeah, but when it came to that shit there, camping in the woods and running, I was like, I ain't built to camp in the woods.
I like it. I don't know why, I really enjoy it.
I enjoy it now, and that's the kicker. Like, so that's my future goal. Like, once my kids leave the house and I continue the podcast, I'll probably go get like a little schoolie or RV bus. And on the weekend, when it's just me and the old lady, me and my homeboy probably just travel to the woods, camp out, and podcast wherever we go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say all that to say, like, everything that we did previous that we all thought was going to be our purpose in life is not the gift that we have right now. And we all been blessed with the gifts. It built our gifts. It built us. It built the character. It built us into who we are right now and preparing us for what we're going to do future. You know what I'm saying? As we grow and as we mature and as we keep doing that and as the shows keep growing, as the podcasts keep growing, as we keep growing, we're going to end up walking ourselves into the gift that we're supposed to keep doing, which is loving one another, healing people, and watching people be successful. And that's where we at today right now. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, I appreciate you coming to the episode.
Appreciate you having me, man. I can't wait to come back already, man. It's going to be a good one, man.
It's going to be a good one, man. This is No BS, man, and we are out. Peace.